Hey guys, what's up? My name is Chostax, and we are back here today in Canvas Mountains. This is episode 3. Um, we're here in Eagle Point right now, but that's not at all what we're here to work on. You may have seen on my Twitter, I posted maybe a week ago that I was working on this over here, which is kind of, the main city area. So, I went and terraformed a bunch of land, created this river. This was not previously here. There was a river coming down from these mountains, so I made kind of those mountains gone and made my own kind of little, they're kind of not really the best little mountain things jutting out here to kind of end those. For this little big area of flatness, we've got this highway that goes through, connects to the highway over here, reconnects with it over here. So it's just kind of a little um, freeway through the city, little belt line. And as much as I would like there to be another freeway going through here, I thought this was a different freeway at first, but it turned out to be the same one. I didn't look at it initially. It's just the same one, so this is just kind of a temporary thing. And through traffic just goes right on through here, but then you might encounter some traffic as it rejoins. So this is kind of actually more of a local highway, but it's fine. I can live with it. It's perfectly fine. I actually don't remember changing these to be ground using the find road tool. I don't remember changing that, but I guess I did at some point. So, it's cool, I guess. We're not here to work on the actual downtown core itself, though. I'm gonna give you guys just a brief little um, sightseeing thing of it. Maybe I'll have a cinematic of it later. I don't know. Maybe it would have been before. I have no idea. It all depends on if I did decide to do one, which I don't know if I do decide to. I'm still thinking about it. So, these skyscrapers here are actually kind of far between once you get closer to the edge because I want to have enough space to go in and detail them, adding green space and parking. That's I haven't done that yet because I do want to do that on camera, just not today. Um, and I just noticed a trend. What I've done is with these kind of curved buildings, they're kind of along the shore down here. Let's go this way. Alright, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that little cut there. It was taking a minute to load the camera, but it finally loaded. So as you come to the edge of the little point here, you've got this stadium for the team, which I have not given myself a name to yet. I'm going to let you guys do that once we get to it. You can actually start coming up with suggestions down, leave them in the comments, or let me know on Twitter. The sooner you say it, the more chance you will have for it to be selected. Because I don't know, I'll probably see it sooner and I'll remember it better. So yeah, like I said, you got that little stadium there. You actually have quite a few construction sites scattered throughout, if you can see them. Because I want this to be kind of something that's vibrant. Yeah, and as you can see, I did indeed place 2 Sycamore North Towers. What's the deal with this one? What is it complaining about? What's going on here? Building is turned off. Well, I can fix that. See you. You are gone now. Bye-bye. Alright, so that Senior North Tower is now gone, and we're just gonna get out of the bulldozer thing here. And, yeah, we've got quite a few kind of more curvy, more unique skyscrapers here that I've kind of curious to them, with the exception of maybe this one. This one's a lot kind of more old-styley, this 2 Prudential Plaza. But same with the Senior North. It's kind of old, kind of new. It's kind of somewhere in between. But there's a few more like that, but I'm fine with them because it's important to have a few like that, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. A close reference to prevent information loss. If it crashes, it crashes, and then I'll be sad. I'm still trying to get this out on Tuesday, which is election day. But up to this point, I thought there was a good chance that it would be delayed. But if I really work hard at it and edit this tomorrow, So I'm going to try to get all the footage tonight. If I really edit this all tomorrow, then I will probably be able to get it out Tuesday, which would be great. Initially, I was planning to have this. I'll explain it later. But right here, I just want to say before we go into the time lapse, I've got this little Capitol building here because this city, the city of Canvas, is also the state capital. That's why it is not the county seat, and the county seat is Eagle Point. This is the state capital right here. It's actually just the vanilla oppression office. And I haven't gone in and detailed that yet because I also want to do that on camera in a few episodes. So what we're going to do today, in a nutshell, is we're going to be going in and we're going to be working on this area, Sycamore Square, which I end up just calling, I know I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to do what I did last time, and it's just going to be called Sycamore. So the village of Sycamore is what this is. Village, town, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to call it Sycamore. So without further ado, I'm just going to get right on into the time lapse, and I will see you guys later. Thanks. Well, hi guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop right here. I'm just gonna pop into the time lapse here right away to start talking about some things. So first off, I'm gonna talk a bit about what I'm doing here. As you can see, I'm just right now I'm creating roads, and it might seem like maybe the time lapse speed is actually a tad bit slow compared to a lot of others. This actually might seem like just slightly above actual gameplay speed, but you gotta realize that this is like the actual like my computer's a lot slower, so this is as fast as my crappy video editor can speed it up to, which is 5 times. It can't do decimals of times, like it can't do 1 point something. It can only speed up by like 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, or 5 times, and I assume the other way around too. I haven't fiddled with that yet. But what I'm doing here with the roads, I'm doing, a typical kind of suburb thing where you have just these perfectly straight curves, like these 90-degree straight curves. What? You have these 90-degree curves, and yeah, it's a pretty standard design, but I do stick with it because I do actually personally like that design. Here I just kind of make a bit of a smaller curve than my normal 10 by 10 curve right there, and it works out pretty well. So, this is actually the second time I've had to record this episode because I recorded this about a week before this one was done. So, like, the first attempt was a week before the other was. I can't talk. It was a week before this recording, is what I'm trying to say. And I got the whole suburb built. I had services done. All that stuff. I even built a little shopping center, which I do not do in this one. I'm going to save that for later. But then I went to save the game at the end of that play session, which that ended at like 10 p.m. or something like that. So, hang on, my cat's on the table here. No, kitty, no. And for some reason, I thought it had saved, but I guess it did not. Hang on, I have to remove my cat from the table. He's getting into everything here. Yeah, but I guess it did not save entirely, even though I really thought it did. So I ended up not being able to go back to what I had done because it saved partially. I got the save game metadata, but nothing else really from that. And as you just saw there a moment ago, I do have this little train yard. I haven't gone in and detailed it or anything, or really put anything in it. But I do have plans for that. I do plan to make I do have plans to make an industrial district in this area fairly soon. Right, kind of in between, like in the middle of that junction kind of thing. Because there's like this junction and it goes off on a spur to another smaller rail yard. And I kind of plan to make a industrial district in there. That's why right here what I'm doing, actually, coincidentally enough, is I'm zoning that area so that it'll be different, because the theme that I have for this district that I'm creating, Sycamore Square, which is, as you can see by the title, ends up just being called Sycamore, it has the American eclectic theme, and there's no industry in that, so industry wouldn't zone and build. So that's why I had to make that a completely different zone in there, and hopefully it'll work. So right here, I realized that I kind of forgot this little area, and I didn't go too far into doing this. I just kind of made it like a part of the place that's still in development, because as you see, I make like another block that's all dirt, as in like there's some construction going to be taking place there. I have to go into detail that yet too. There's a lot of detail work that is still going to need to be done here. So here I'm, placing some, like a big square of kind of apartments with that eclectic style, really. And yeah, I try to I don't know why I tried to do. Oh yeah, I tried doing it with the other little one that's like that, but it didn't line up quite right. So I had to just put those there, and then that's when I got the idea of making that other block into a little construction zone for apartments and whatnot. But yeah, so like I said, this is just a suburb. I haven't gone in and worked with the downtown yet, other than placing the larger buildings myself. We will get to that in due time. I just want to work a bit on this suburb first, and shopping center around it and all that, which will take us a few episodes, because I'm gonna take the next episode theoretically to detail this suburb entirely, or at least as much as I can. And then the next episode, I plan on doing, that kind of little shopping center by the highway. And it should work out that way, hopefully. And then after that, I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll try to get to, like, I mean, there's really two options that we could do. And I would like your guys' feedback on which one we should do, because the two options really are, we can work on the downtown, so that means like placing apartment buildings and all that. Or there's actually a little bit of a story to this next one. So initially, for this episode, I planned to have it out last Tuesday, but it couldn't work out that way. So I had to delay it until this Tuesday. But this Tuesday, I was initially planning to do an episode on this little capital thing I've created near the downtown, because I kind of created it so that Canvas is also the capital of the state, which I have not named. Maybe we'll do a naming contest with that in the future or something like that. But yeah, I was planning on doing that, detailing that, because today, the day I'm actually uploading this video, is November 8th, or Election Day. So I thought that would have made sense, but I guess that's not gonna end up being what happens today. This is, because I kind of want to keep on schedule. I know I could have done the Capitol thing first, but I just wanted to do this first because it interested me more at the time. But yeah, that's pretty much the story behind that. So we can either do the downtown, detailing that, like the skyscrapers and that, with little green space parks and whatnot, or we can do the capital after we're done, with all the work on the suburb, the shopping center. But I'll leave that up to you guys. Personally, I'm leaning more towards the capital, because I don't know how much space I'm gonna exactly need for it. As you can see there, I've dedicated a little square to it. I actually just put pipes under that, so it's a little kind of square thing with a roundabout. And I couldn't get it to place quite center, so I had to move it off camera. See, all that downtown core stuff I did off camera, because I know you guys have seen a million people do it on camera. And also, I didn't feel that me trying to figure out where to place stuff would be very interesting on camera, because, let's be honest, it probably wouldn't. So here I'm just placing down some extra services to allocate the influx of people we're going to have coming into the city, and the results are still undecided, because I only left the game running for a few minutes after recording this episode, so I don't know, but it seems to be working fairly well, and I believe right about now I start running. Nope, still placing power lines. Maybe now. Nope. Okay, just working. Oh yeah, gotta connect that water. So I want to talk about another little long-term plan that I've had for this series, which is a national park. I know a lot of people have done this recently, but I initially conceived the concept of Canvas Mountains back in early September, late August. So maybe I did this before a lot of people conceived theirs. I don't know, but I have always kind of had the idea of a national park since the get-go, and I haven't really, well, I have decided what I'm gonna call it, but I have not, like, I'm not gonna tell you guys yet, because it involves a place that we're gonna create in the future as well, so I want to keep that a surprise. Maybe, yeah, maybe we'll do that after we're done with the downtown capital and all that. I don't know, but yeah, but I like haven't made any train stations along this line in the downtown city actually, so I might have to, do that as well. I'll talk actually now for a little bit about how I created the whole kind of downtown area of Canvas. So, what I did was I went in a few weeks ago, and I was like, I just want to kind of start working on the main city. So what I did, this was all mountains, and a good bit of it was actually still sea. So what I did was I terraformed down a big chunk of those mountains, got rid of some water sources, put some land over where there was water, and created a little river connecting to two of the larger bodies of water in the map. Which it ended up working, but I don't know what's gonna have to happen because current flows in from each of those water bodies, so hopefully it doesn't just start flooding in the middle, but it seems to be working fine, so I'm not really too concerned about that right now. What I'm doing here is I'm just placing some things that we're also gonna have to detail later, like a Best Western, some car dealerships, and honestly I don't know like what else I'm gonna put there. I'm probably gonna have to look for some more Rico commercial low buildings, to be honest, because what I have right now, although it's pretty sufficient, I do feel that more would be nice. So like what I'm doing here is I'm placing parking lots for each of the car dealerships. There's the Chevy, there's the, I believe, Audi. Yep. And what I did for the, hang on, why is it like, why did I just freeze there for a bit? I don't know. If you hadn't noticed, I kind of just put, yeah, I'm putting down a Walmart here. It's a really tight squeeze for a Walmart, and I could have put the Walmart in the shopping center that we're gonna do in a bit, but I decided I kind of just want to fill that space with something, so I was like, you know what? We'll do a really tight squeeze of a Walmart, and we're gonna call it good for now, alright? And there's also a little McDonald's on the corner there, as you saw. And I know there's houses right behind the Walmart. Those probably aren't gonna stay. When I do come back and detail stuff like this, I'm probably gonna get rid of those houses behind it and add, a little backlot, which I know a lot of people do backlots already, but I haven't really done one yet. The only one that I really have done was for a Target, and that was actually in my last attempt at, recording this episode. So that actually turned out pretty well when I had done it, and I'm kind of actually, to be honest, a bit salty that that didn't end up being able to stay. But for the shopping center, which you can actually see kind of in that empty space near the highway right now, for that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a few big box stores there, some little outlet stores like the kind of thing I had in the old and new screenshot for Eagle Point, like the Panera Bread, Old Navy, all that stuff. And then I'm gonna have a back lot for at least the Target and probably a good deal of the other ones. So I believe we're approaching live gameplay. No, it still looks like we got a minute or so. So I'm just gonna keep going for just a brief moment, and then we'll hop back into gameplay. So, yeah, guys, like I said, this is the town of Sycamore. We have yet to go and detail it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully I will be able to stay on schedule and get the next episode out on Tuesday. I think for a while anyways it's going to be this. I'm going to try to make that the day that I get episodes out is on Tuesdays, because that's kind of convenient for me, because that gives me weekends to record, which is mostly when I can record. Gives me Monday to edit, which it doesn't actually take me too long to edit, which maybe is a problem. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. I don't honestly know. And then it gives me Tuesday to just finalize editing it and upload it and all that. So also the channel rebrand, I'm really happy with it. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on it. And yeah, live gameplay is gonna resume in just a moment here. So yeah, I will see you guys in just a moment. Bye. Hey guys, I'm back. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that little time-lapse footage there. Um, this is the town of Sycamore. It's not the finished product. I have yet to detail it. That's what we're going to be going in and doing next episode. I'm not going to really do a tour of what I've built so far this episode. I'm not going to really do cinematics for this episode, because like I said, I haven't gone in and detailed it yet. Once we get through all the detailing, then I'll go in, get some cinematics, do a tour of what we did here. And that'll be really nice in the end. I also have to wait a bit before I close the game, because I don't want to really do much more work tonight, but I gotta wait so I can get a thumbnail screenshot. And the buildings are still leveling up, so yeah, that's another reason why I'm not getting cinematics now as well, is because all the buildings have to upgrade fully to or at least to level 3, so that they are, you know, not in the eclectic construction phases. Uh, all the commercial buildings in this district are Rico buildings, so I have a fair amount of those, so it shouldn't be too hard. We've also got a shopping center to work on for this district we're going to get to after we detail what we have so far. And then an industrial district will be next, not this district, but there's going to be a little industrial park nearby to this, and that's what's going to be coming up. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Canvas Mountains, and if you did, please leave a like in the down there. Please drop a comment. Feedback is very much appreciated. If you Another way to give feedback is through my Twitter. It's always linked in my description and on my channel page if you want to check that out. Like I said, feedback is extremely appreciated. I really do love it. It's what keeps me going. It's what keeps anyone going. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one, which hopefully will be out next Tuesday. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.